Imagine you're sitting across from her. The conversation is flowing, she's laughing, and you think you're absolutely crushing it. But then, you lean in, and you see it. That subtle shift in her eyes. The smile stays, but the spark is gone. You go home thinking it was a success, but 3 days later, your "I had a great time" text gets hit with a "You're so sweet, but I didn't feel a spark." You didn't just lose the girl. You lost the game before it even started. Most men think a first date is a performance. They think they need to impress, to provide, and to prove their worth. But the harder you try to win her over, the faster you push her away. You're stuck in a cycle of great first dates that lead to dead-end ghosting, wondering why the nice guy routine is leaving you lonely on a Friday night. By the end of this video, you'll understand the psychological shifts that turn a nervous maybe into a must-see him again. And pay close attention to mistake number 7. It's the subtle psychological trap that 99% of men fall into the second the date ends. And it's the primary reason you're getting ghosted. Sign 1. The interrogator syndrome. Imagine you're at a nice, dimly lit bar. You look at her and ask, "So, what do you do for work? Do you have siblings? Where did you go to college?" She answers. You nod. And then you fire the next question. You think you're being polite and interested. The insecure man treats the date like a job interview because he's terrified of silence. He's trying to collect data to find a way to make her like him. The confident man, however, knows that attraction isn't built on facts. It's built on tension. Instead of asking where she's from, he makes an assumption. You have a bit of a rebellious vibe. I bet you were the troublemaker in your family. This is where it gets interesting. When you stop interrogating, you stop being a fan and start being a challenge. She isn't just answering questions anymore. She's defending her personality. This is a vibe test. She's checking if you can lead a conversation or if you need her to provide the script for you. Sign 2. The pedestal trap. You walk in, see her looking stunning in that black dress, and the first thing you say is, "Wow, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I can't believe you're here with me." You think you're being a gentleman. The insecure man uses heavy compliments as a bribe for her affection. He's telling her, "You are high value, and I am low value." The moment you put her on a pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you. The confident man acknowledges her effort, but doesn't lose his cool. He might say, "You look great, though that dress is definitely trying to steal the spotlight from your personality." Most men get this wrong because they think women want to be worshipped. They don't. They want to be matched. This is the status test. She's testing to see if you're used to being around beautiful women. If you're blown away by her looks, you've already told her you're out of her league. Sign 3. Seeking reassurance. You're halfway through the meal. You lean over and ask, "Are you having a good time? Is the food okay? Do you like this place?" You're looking for a yes to soothe your anxiety. The insecure man needs her constant approval to feel like the date is going well. If she's quiet for a second, he panics. The confident man assumes she's having a great time because he is having a great time. He doesn't ask if she likes the music. He says, "This playlist is incredible. It's exactly what I needed tonight. Pay attention to this." Leadership is the ultimate aphrodisiac. When you ask for reassurance, you're handing her the steering wheel and saying, "I don't know where we're going. Are you okay with that?" That's a certainty test. If you aren't sure of yourself, she can never feel safe enough to be attracted to you. Sign 4. The emotional dump. The conversation turns to past relationships. You start talking about how your ex didn't understand your vision or how your boss is a nightmare. You think you're being vulnerable and opening up. The insecure man mistakes trauma dumping for intimacy. He's looking for a therapist, not a partner. He wants her to feel sorry for him, so she'll nurture him. The confident man keeps his baggage in the trunk. He's mysterious. He talks about his goals, his passions, and what he's building, not what has broken him. This is a stability test. She's gauging your emotional resilience. If you can't handle a bad breakup or a tough job without complaining to a stranger on a first date, How are you going to handle the complexities of a real relationship? Keep the mystery alive. She doesn't need to see your scars before she knows your name. Sign 5. Hesitating on the physical transition. You're walking her to her car or standing outside the bar. There's a lull in the conversation. The tension is thick. You're thinking, is now the time? Does she want me to? Should I ask? You end up giving her a polite, awkward side hug. The insecure man waits for a verbal green light. That never comes. He's afraid of rejection, so he plays it safe. But safe is the fastest route to the friend zone. The confident man reads the body language. He doesn't ask for permission. He creates the opportunity. He holds eye contact a second longer, moves into her personal space, and lets the tension build. This is the dominance test. Most women want a man who can read the room and take a risk. If you're too afraid to miss, you'll never score. The hesitation itself is what kills the attraction, not the move. Sign 6. The nice guy wallet race. The check arrives. You practically dive across the table to grab it, shouting, "I got this. Don't worry about it." You think you're showing her you're a provider. The insecure man treats the bill like a transaction. He thinks, if I pay for this expensive dinner, she owes me her interest. It's a desperate attempt to buy her time. The confident man handles the bill with zero drama. It's an afterthought. He might say, "I'll get this. You can get the drinks at the next spot." Or he simply tucks the card in the folder without breaking eye contact during his story. This is a resourcefulness test. It's not about the money. It's about the energy. When you make a big deal out of paying, you're showing her that this amount of money is significant to you and that you're trying to impress her with it. Act like you've been there before. Sign 7. The post-date text frenzy. You drop her off. You're buzzing. You get into your car and immediately text, "I had such an amazing time tonight. You're incredible. Can't wait to do it again. Let me know you got home safe." This is where it gets interesting. The insecure man cannot handle the silence after the date. He's terrified that if he doesn't solidify his position immediately, she'll forget him. He smothers the attraction before it has a chance to breathe. The confident man goes home and gets back to his life. He might send a short, "Great meeting you tonight," hours later, or even wait until the next day. This is the scarcity test. Attraction grows in space. By rushing to text her, you're telling her that she is the peak of your week. You're showing her you have nothing else going on. A high-value man has a life that's already exciting. She is just a potential addition to it, not the center of it. Let her wonder about you. Let the tension simmer. A first date isn't about proving you're good enough for her. It's a psychological dance where she is constantly testing your frame, your confidence, and your status. When you stop acting like an insecure fan and start acting like a man who knows his own value, the entire dynamic flips. You stop chasing, and she starts wondering why you're so different from every other guy she's dated. Subscribe if you want to understand women better and start leading the life you deserve.